When we face a traumatic event, for example, maybe someone has seen a car rolling over, that's very scary. The mind starts running away. Like our bodies try to protect us. That's the thing. It tries to protect us, but we might start fleeing, even in places where ideally meant to be safe. When we tune in, we're able to start putting descriptions to the experience, and then little by little sharing translations of what our bodies are saying. Is it okay if we just slow down a little bit more and then we come back to this hurry? And when we did slow down together, they realized that they were angry. And it was not anger that was even 2 or 3 days old. It was months, years old.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear viewers and listeners. Welcome back to yet another episode of Beauty Lies Beyond podcast with me, Miriam Rose. I'm joined again today in studio by a returning champion, Wairimu. We are here to complete a discussion that we had started earlier on, link in the description, about somatic healing. So she's an expert and she's here to teach us. So welcome, Wairimu. Feel free to introduce yourself
Again
for the newcomers.
Okay. Thank you, Rose. Hi, everyone. My name is Wairimu. The government calls me Mary, so I might not remember that when you call me by my English name. I'm a somatic therapist, a student of Somatic Experiencing, an artist, and a healing practitioner. Wow, I have a long title.
Yes.
And I'm happy to be here so that we can continue. I just remember in the otherworldly community, someone asking for this. They were like, we're waiting for the follow-up conversation.
Yeah.
And finally, we're here.
Finally here. Yay. So you also should say that you are an expert at doing head wraps. Seriously, you need to teach me. In fact, in the morning, I was like, okay, where's Wairimu? I need to wrap my head. Today's the day. Seriously, you do them so effortlessly and so well.
Thank you.
Ama ufunge tu utuzie.
Aki.
Then we just... Oh my God.
I have a few ideas around that, and I hope they come to actualize soon. But yes, I am, you could say, an expert head wrap girly.
Hey,
because I was raised in a community of women who covered their hair for spiritual reasons, for personal boundary reasons, and just because that they could, yeah. So when I was 25, I found myself also wanting to cover my crown, and then here I am.
Seriously, what's the no, okay, so we digress kidogo, but I'm always curious. What's the spiritual angle around covering your hair? Because the people who cover their hair, the hairs are very beautiful. So I'm like, then why grow beautiful hair if you're going to cover it? What's the spiritual angle to that?
In some cases, it's about creating a boundary between self and the world. Because when you have something on your crown already, there's an energy that's focused there. In other cases, it's for spiritual practice. For example, the Muslim girls who are now in Ramadan, and they cover as part of their religious practice. And for me, it's the cultural aspect of it, where when I'm covered, I can visualize myself with all the matriarchs that have raised me. I can remember other women in my bloodlines who've been covering their heads. And so if I feel discouraged, I just know I'm not the only one who is covered. We are many of us. So it's about like awakening that memory over and over again.
That is so interesting. I think it's something I could get used to if you teach me how to. The 2-3 times I've tried, I actually liked it. I liked how I looked. Oh, wow. It's just that I had never connected it to my spirituality. So maybe it's an, you know how I cut my hair when I'm changing a version, then you grow it again. Then now I can be a head wrapper girl. Anyway.
Thank you.
Now to the main topic, which is somatic experience. So you gave us your brief history about how you got into it in the previous episode. So today I wanted us to delve into what it is. What is the practice about?
Okay. So again, it all began with my own search to get well, because I had lots of symptoms for very many years, and I used to think that there'd be no end. And as much as the mountain offered me something, the trees offered me something, my paths were still separate. And they needed to remember to come back together so that I'd be whole again. And so one time I just had that somatic experiencing is coming to Kenya, and I realized that, oh my God, my time is now.
Yeah.
So when I went in, I remember going overwhelmed. Everything was everywhere. all at once. You know that movie? Yeah, my everything was everywhere. I could just feel like my head is here. I can actually see it, but I don't feel like it's connecting with my belly. I could feel like my legs are there, yes, but they feel heavier than every other part of my body. And so that was, I want to say, a crisis, because the body was obviously trying to communicate, but the messages were not going to the right places because of that. So when we went in for the first training, I remember being invited into the circle, which is a different way of envisioning power. We have a circle in front of us.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I'm wearing one as well. Yeah, and this is, it's a symbol that has been used by African indigenous peoples as a way of visualizing the way we perceive power. And from that point, it means that we live a cyclical life. Women, we have a menstrual cycle. We have the circadian rhythm, which is also a cycle of the day and night, so our body knows when to be awake and when to be asleep. And that already allowed my parts to start feeling seen. I could talk from the high intelligence, because I'm one of those high achieving women. And I could be met at that point, which also supported me to realize that there's nothing wrong with being that high functional, high intelligent woman. I can still come back to my body. And I remember in my first therapy session, I was telling my therapist, my somatic therapist, that is, that I think there's something wrong, because my parts are separate. And then we went through a visualization journey, an imagination that was guided by the somatic experiencing principles, which maintains the embodied self, so that you're able to witness where your parts are. And that's when I realized that I had placed myself in the place of the ancestors. And this is because I was a fixer on a family level. I was trying to fix the family that I came from. And of course, I'm not dead, so I'm not yet an ancestor in that sense. And when I place myself at that point, then it also means that I'm trying to parent my parents. And it happens a lot from children who survive divorce and separation. And I mean, these experiences made me realize that my body was trying to heal itself, but the different parts were separate. And that separation was calling for an embodied approach. So somatic experiencing is all about working with the living body, not just as an object, but as a pathway, as an interconnection of tissues and an interpretation that comes in forms of behavior. So it's an embodied way that returns us to how we are meant to be whole and able to heal naturally. What does that make you feel like?
It makes me feel like wow. Wow. And the fact that just this week I've been on a journey to, there's something I was going through that I was wondering whether my body can heal itself, because they say the body can heal itself. But listening to you now, it's making me believe it. And nitakona nyume attend uniambie how to heal that specific thing that I need to work on. But honestly, there's a way. I keep telling you, your voice has this vibration that makes me believe in things. So I believe it's possible, not because they say it, but because you're telling me there is an experience, somatic experience can help us become embodied, start using our bodies as a tool, the way it was meant to be, and that it can help us evolve. That's also what I'm hearing.
Yes. Because when I went in, I remember in January 2025, I was still that Oye girl. Oye, the world is crumbling around me. Oye, I think I can do this big thing, but I feel like I really can't. And this is an experience that many healing practitioners share, because the first crisis, and I've talked to a number of healing practitioners, and they've experienced big crises in their own lives. So it left them in a way that they were defending and protecting themselves. So I was also in that point of protecting myself always, and even worrying about the tiniest detail. And that created, obviously, behavior and thought patterns that were not healthy. So as I've continued to journey with the various somatic therapists I have the opportunity to work with, I have learned that once I allow my body to be what it is, it rearranges itself. For example, I came in feeling like I was blocked. And then we did the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And this part of my throat just opened up, and I felt like a column opened as well. So that we'd be able to connect heart to heart. So you see, it means that my conscious thought is there, yes, but my body is also online, such that as we engage, even our nervous systems are engaging. If I was blocked, our nervous systems would not be able to contact each other.
My God, it sounds very scientific, yet spiritual. Is SE a spiritual journey? or is it purely scientific?
There's an angle to it. It's experiential, first of all. So you feel it in your body and you sense it. For example, safety. It's easy for me to tell you you're safe here. But as long as your body has not perceived safety, I can't convince the mind. Your body might be feeling as though you're running away from something, and I'm here telling you you're safe. So through the somatic experiencing principles, we start by grounding and anchoring the body so that the body can know that, okay, I'm here in studio, nothing is going wrong, so that the conscious spirit or the downloads that come for spiritual people can find space. Otherwise, if it was too scientific, I feel like it would be denying parts of the human being. So somatic experiencing, even the way Dr. Peter Levine founded it, he did it by observing animals in the wild. So it's all about focusing on the whole being so that what needs to transmit within can transmit. There's one aspect of somatic experiencing that I like. It's called the conscious breath. And I might teach you that. You may attend, not not live on air because we need a bit of time. And I know we have a fixed time here. But the conscious breath essentially is in noticing how your breath is traveling. Are you breathing in hot air or cold air? And how far is it going? Are you breathing up to here, or all the way to the diaphragm? And then we always focus on the exhale specifically, because when people are surviving day to day, they do short inhales, short exhales, and that is not nourishing. So in somatic experiencing process, we come back to the breath and allow it to unfold as it should be. So it goes in fully and then out fully. And then these breaths, I don't know how to, let me find something. Okay, like a wave, let's say a wave in the ocean. The breath probably goes in, and then there's usually a pause as it goes in, and then starts coming out, and then there's another pause. So in those pauses is where the spiritual messages, downloads, and inquiries, that's where they go or come through.
So there is this thing, there's a thing we are taught exactly similar to that in pranic healing, where we do, I think it's conscious breathing, we do pranic breathing. And it's funny you say that because even as we do the inhales and exhales, they emphasize on the gap between the exhale and the inhale. And the exhale and the inhale. And they always, I used to wonder why they keep insisting on that gap. And it's so small.
It's tiny.
So when will God talk? Why will I hear him? He needs to talk all the time.
In that in-between moment, in that, as tiny as it is, that is where the meeting happens.
Surely. But I think is a plan to widen the gap.
No, the plan is to notice it. Because our bodies are in communication, in constant communication with all the elements. It's just that we are not conscious of it all the time because it can be overwhelming. But when we come to that conscious breath, we're trying to find, first of all, are you aware of how your breath is moving? And then through that awareness, in that in-between pause, that is where spirit and spirit meet. That is where healing is. That is where now the expansion of coming back to the body. So an expansion is not outside you. An expansion of coming into the body is. Because when you realize that, I'm no longer in pain as I breathe, I mean, it feels better. And you're like, okay, let me just pause there. So we also pause a lot so that we can allow the noticing to take root. So, like, for example, right now I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling like my breath is moving well because I already unblocked the pathways.
Yes.
And if I pause a little bit longer, trust me, a message will drop in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So it's actually a resource.
It is a resource. Thank you. That's one of the elements of somatic experiencing.
Okay, there are other elements?
There are.
Okay, care to share? Because I was going to ask you about principles, but now you brought in elements.
It's okay. Let's use the word elements then.
It's the same thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about
that. So in resourcing, when we face a traumatic event, for example, maybe someone has seen a car rolling over, that's very scary. The mind starts running away. Like our bodies try to protect us. That's the thing. It tries to protect us, but we might start fleeing, even in places where ideally meant to be safe. So this person comes to me for therapy, a somatic therapy session. We will slow down and allow even the reactions to show up. Because if someone wants to run away, their feet will start doing this. They'll start tapping on the floor. And so we allow that to happen so that the body can discharge what is already gone. It can discharge the energy of self-protection. And then what remains is the whole human. So you see, that's the healing aspect of it. What remains after the event? I am still here. Wow, I can see my hands. I can feel them. And in that reconnection, again, spirit gets space to speak to you. So the somatic healing experience itself, not the modality is somatic experiencing, but the healing experience is what is spiritual.
I see it so clearly now that the whole idea is for spirit and spirit to always we've never been apart from God, from source. It's just that there is all these things which now Essie is bringing back. So it's like what I'm hearing is Essie is bringing alive or to my awareness that I'm always connected to God, or bringing back that connection to God, like to keep me there.
Yes,
to keep me there.
There's a book I was reading a while ago, the Illusion of Separation, and it's that thing. Trauma disrupts connection. So let's go back there. It disrupts connection, and this connection becomes like a threat to life. That disruption, that is, becomes like a threat to life, because we thrive in connection. In fact, we're wired by nature herself to search for connection. So when we're not able to do that, our spirits believe that we are separated from the whole, we're separated from the divinity, we're separated from our souls, because that threat goes that deeply. So SE comes back to rewire, to weave together the body, so that the body can remember its wholeness, so that the soul can come back where it belongs. So we go that deep. There are many, many layers. And what I'm describing is a journey of even months. So don't imagine that you will meet behind the tent and resolve everything. No, we build a lot of capacity to be able to just be present. And being present sometimes is not easy, because it's in that presence is where the traumatic event disrupted connection. So we have to weave together those parts. As I was saying, like when my head was the only part of it that I wanted to exist in, and then being met the somatic way made me feel sure that there's nothing wrong with my body. So I stopped being judgmental. I stopped being frustrated by being in my body. Instead, I started appreciating that my body has been keeping me safe. Even in the spaces that I thought I was compromised, it kept me safe. And from that point on, I was able to extend compassion, to extend love, and to listen. We want to tell the body what to do a lot. And this happens because we live organized life. You have to wake up a certain time, you have to show up at an event, at a meeting, at a conference. So that's not the best way to meet our bodies. That just supports the brain. Structure supports the brain. But our body needs listening too. So after my therapy sessions, I'd go back to my room and just listen. Like, is my belly now connected to my heart? Right now it is. It is. Wow, that feels good. And then I deepen it. So what are the sensations I'm feeling? Right now I'm just feeling the warmth of my hands. And I'm noticing how my belly is rising and falling as I breathe. And that alone felt real. It still feels real for me, because it's my body that I'm experiencing in real time. And so when a client or when we work together. So when a client or even myself, as I continue being exposed to the somatic healing way, the somatic experiencing modality, my body now starts telling me new things.
Wow.
Because before I'd override it, I'd feel like someone called me, I have to be somewhere at a certain time, I'm too late, and then I shut down. But my head will keep going. So now I don't override it. I take time. I'm like, okay, it's hard. Maybe I'm a bit late, but I'll allow myself to still show up as I am, because I can't rush time, and I can't rush my body if it's not up to that pace. So when I approach it with such kind of respect and reverence, my body says, yes, we will deliver what we need to. In fact, here's a gift for you. See? Because as much as our bodies have survived, they still hold the resources that we need to heal. And it's mind-blowing. I'm lacking words to explain beyond
I'm so mind-blown. I'm like, wow. Every time in my head, I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. I didn't even think it was this good. So any other elements?
Yeah, we have titration. Titration is where, for example, a client comes with a fixated thing, like, this is what happened and I wish something changed. And I'm like, okay. is it okay if we just meet the body first? Like we ground so that we can get to the story. And that aims to slow down the mind because the mind travels at a very great speed while the body is very slow. For example, we could say that the mind moves at the speed of air, but the body moves at the speed of water. So those are two different speeds. Yeah. So anyway, we'll slow down and then build up the resources. Resources could be in form of images. Like, for example, do you have a place that you love visiting? It could be in this plane or a different one. Do you have one?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes,
because
I'm
I was
asking
thinking
you.
My bed.
And that's good. That's good because it's a place of comfort.
Yo, cool. Okay, in another plane, there's this beach place I go to. Yeah, it's just a beach.
It's just a beach. Okay. So we build up on resources so that when you go to the story, someone does not go directly into the big trauma thing. They start noticing, oh, even before that event happened, I actually called a friend and it felt so warm to speak on phone together. And so the body remembers that even before the big event happened, we were supported, we were loved, we were cared for. And then the impulses start going down. If someone was high activated, like they were activated, they even wanted to run away, it starts calming down because it's the body remembering itself. Our bodies don't speak through words. In fact, when I speak about the body, I'm translating my own sensations. And that's why I'm the practitioner.
Yeah.
Our bodies speak through sensation, through tensions, through contractions, relaxations. And so when we tune in, there's a language, it's a language of silence of the body. When we tune in, we're able to start putting descriptions to the experience and then little by little sharing translations of what our bodies are saying.
It feels like a very slow, it's like slow motion. It's like you slow time.
Yes, we do. And in fact, I like that you brought that because we have a tool for the timeline of the trauma. So we don't start directly at the event. We'll start a bit far behind so that we equip the body with, again, resources. When the body remembers that, oh, there's this calming light. I love color yellow. And I see it all around you. Yeah, so there's this calming color that I see. I'm not here alone. I'm here with Rose. When our bodies start hearing us, affirming such resources, they reveal more detail. And then the more the details, the more the body is unwinding and releasing what it's been holding. Otherwise, we'll travel our whole lives holding on to many, many things. And that makes life tasteless. I want to use the word tasteless because we're holding too much in our bodies. But as the body starts releasing, we even have space to love. We have space to devote to our spiritual practices and our spiritual journeys. We have space to live. Imagine just going outside, seeing the sunshine and saying, I love you. Because you have space to say that. There's a part of you that says, this love has not been expressed yet. Let me say it to the sky that I love.
I actually see what you're saying.
Yeah, and then you come back to your home, to your office, or to your place of business, and you're present with whatever is there. So somatic experiencing also brings us back to that wholeness of being with what is, without editing it, without fixing, without forcing. So the world could be going one way, yet you want a different experience, but you accept this exact moment as is.
Is it something, if we were to work together and you train me, do I need you for the rest of my life, or is it something that I learn to do by myself?
You'd learn to do by yourself because you'll deepen your connection within. We descend from the head, the thinking, organizing, planning, go all the way to the body so that we get to understand what it wants. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in this situation where you're traveling somewhere, maybe to educate people or offer pranic healing, or me offering a workshop on SE. And then on the day off, you start feeling like your body is resistant to it. It's resistant. Yeah. So in that case, you'll have the resources already because you'll be practicing them. Yeah. It's not just about the therapy session itself. It's about what you carry back to your life. So you'll be practicing all these ways of resourcing, these ways of listening, these ways of being loving and gentle with your body, such that you can now quietly ask your body, okay, so what exactly do you want to tell me? I'm here listening. And then the body says, maybe you just didn't wear the right socks. Like I had that thing in the morning. And so when you change your socks, you're good to go. Like it's very tiny things. Sometimes when I talk about the somatic lifestyle, because that's what I've been building since last year for the last 1 year, 1 month, that's what I've been building. It's like caring for a baby.
Yeah.
The same way you'll guide your baby to know it's time to wake up, it's time to eat, it's time to go here, it's time to go there, it's time to sleep. That's the kind of care we offer our bodies. So in the morning, I'll wake up and just listen to my body, maybe even touch it a bit so that it remembers that we are here to connect. We're not here to live in isolation.
Interesting.
And then I'll hydrate my body, obviously. I'll respond to the calls of nature. So I don't have, if you deny your calls of nature, your body starts distrusting you. So it might not be sending you the correct signals. Yeah. So I'll respond to calls of nature, and then I'll check my work day, I'll check my calendar, and then I'll tell my body, okay, so what do you feel about this? And if I experience resistance, I know that my body needs more time. That's what people call self-care, but it's not what is presented in the mainstream media. But self-care it's just that nurturing process that you continuously do. And then with time, if I experience big things, I know who to call because I also have my own therapist. So even if you experience the big things that you'd feel you need support with, I'm here. But when we start working together, we'll be working in the therapy space and outside it so that you can adapt these ways of being. It's not just coping, it's ways of being. Because, listening is not an easy thing. It's a practice. And then the more you do it, the more you'll be able to tell where your body is. Such that when you're now traveling high frequently, now when time is moving quicker.
Which is what I was asking for. But now I'm like, I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah, so when your time speeds up, you'll be able to be in contact with your body constantly.
That's nice.
Yes.
That is so, it feels like superpower of sorts. Why do you think most people are not in touch with their bodies? Why are we just like this?
We are surviving.
We are surviving. That makes sense.
We are surviving. And it's not surviving out of nowhere. We live in a trauma-organized society. So abuse is a day-to-day thing. We witness it in very minute ways that we think are normal, but they are not.
I've thought of 5 that have already normalized the cities.
Yeah, like I could self-disclose. I had this habit of cursing, and I'd curse in multiple languages. I'm born of a polyglot, so I knew 7 ways of cursing. And then I realized that anytime I curse, I don't actually end up saying what it is I want. I don't communicate my need. I don't communicate a boundary, because there are boundaries that we need to verbalize. And I also don't communicate a thought. Because I've cursed, I've assumed that everything is okay. And then I'm a communicator, so I got a big job that needed me to really sit down and think about what I need to say. And that's where my language shifted. It shifted, and I realized that each time I cursed, I didn't communicate a need. Each time I cursed, I didn't communicate a boundary that was crossed. Each time I cursed, I didn't negotiate well. Because if you're in negotiations, we are grown-ups now. You're negotiating for seven-figure deal, and then you lose your temper. What happens to that situation? It's very likely that you lose it. You see? Yeah. So I equip also leaders. So I don't know why. When I speak to you, I see a leader.
Thank you.
And it's amazing that a leader knows that I can handle whatever comes. Again, we go back to presence. Being present does not mean that your body likes it all the time. Because before, as children, when we were dancing, playing, climbing trees, swimming, it was very easy to be present at that time because our thoughts were not yet that advanced. But as adults, we try to be present, and then a thought drops in, and then the presence goes. And it also means that our nervous system capacity is very, very low. So somatic experiencing addresses that. It ensures that we expand that capacity so that we can be with the discomfort of being alive. That's the simple way to say it, by the way.
By the way. Yeah. By the way. Being alive is such a sport.
It is.
In as much as it's beautiful, but it's still a sport.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What kinds of people come to you? What are the kinds of people you work with? I know it's everyone, but they're specifically, because everyone is on this planet, everyone is going through trauma, like we said, everyone is going through discomfort, everyone needs to be in touch with their body. Clear, that's very clear. But what, if you were to make a call out to your people, what would those people be?
I'm calling all. So my people are leaders. This is why I see a leader in you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my people are leaders and then upper management. My people are spiritual women specifically who are now waking up to the reality of the trauma-organized society, and they want to live because regardless of what is outside there, there is still wholeness within. My people are also individuals. This could be men, it could be queer people, it could be religious people, but individuals who have seen, who have witnessed a thing that they know is not working well. And in most cases, they usually witness trauma, but they don't know it. So we create a lot of awareness around that. And then my people are specific women, high-achieving women, because I've spent my life around high-achieving women. I've studied a lot of them, starting with the matriarch who raised me. And I know that I have solutions for high-achieving women. I want us to handle 9 figures without worrying.
Yes.
9 figures that our nervous system capacity can consistently hold. Because if we don't hold that, then by the way, holding wealth, it's a lot of work. I know people imagine that they'll call in money and it will just come and they'll be okay. But we need our nervous systems to be deeply, deeply grounded and resourced and very fluid. So that when someone scares you with, I'm withdrawing my deal, you're like, okay, I have 20 more people who are lining up to give me money to actualize dreams. So I work with such people. Yes.
Awesome. Last question before we do a demonstration is what types of, is it abuse or trauma or just categorize the things that the first thing someone needs to think of is like if I go through this, this is my first response.
Okay. So as a practitioner, I work on 2 levels of traumas. I work with individual trauma and collective trauma. So for example, maybe someone lost a job and they feel like this has disorganized them because it's disorienting. SE is there for you. On individual level, again, I work with spirituality, where people are awakening and it's a good thing, but this awakening needs to be anchored. Where? In the body. Because when someone becomes aware of this design that is around us, that keeps us in poverty and in pain, they always want to escape. And I've witnessed this myself, where someone awakened and then they decided they want to take their lives because they don't think that life can be any other way. Yet, we awaken so that we can reconnect to spirit because we were never separate. So it's about repairing that connection. And then maybe someone has gotten a big, big contract to do something. Maybe an organization, a corporation has asked them to design something big. And they know they need support. They just don't know which. I am here for that. Because the nervous system is not yet exposed to that level of expansion. It's not exposed to that level of thinking, yet it can achieve through the guidance of the brain. So I am here to support that as well. Another group is of individuals who know they're not meant to live just a kawaida life. They know they're meant for big things, but they don't know where to begin. So because the somatic experiencing journey is very slow, it's easy for us to work together in a gentle way for this person to realize what they want to really birth. And I can share this because last year I experienced a similar kind of nurturing by a business coach, an adult development. There are people who are called that, adult development coach.
Okay. I've seen it all. So
yeah, and I remember our coach was asking, what is that game changer idea that you have? And that's a very loaded question, even for someone who's been exposed to trauma healing work for a very long time. And it took us 4 meetings of slowing down and listening and going all the way to my deepest fears to be able to name my biggest dream. And I guide that journey as well.
That's so interesting. What do you mean? You went back to your fears to be able to identify your dream that is interesting?
Yeah, because we already know what we want. For example, at the time, I knew that I want to deal with collective trauma. Collective trauma it's a very broad, it's like a sea, it's so broad. But I also knew that I wanted to bring solutions for women, but I didn't know where to begin. So I was able to name, in the first meeting, I was able to say that I want to do big things. It was that big. And then my coach was very patient, and he brought me back to the somatic experiencing way. I think he's exposed to that as well. And then in our second meeting, I told him, I want to work with women by creating from the whispers of my heart. That's also very vague.
Very,
Very vague.
I mean, it sounds very poetic.
It is, but it's vague.
Yeah.
And then in meeting 3, we went even deeper, where I said, okay, I'm afraid that if I speak my dream, it might not come to be. And that's the trauma speaking, because I used to do things, and then when I reached that point of achieving, things would just collapse for me.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
When you said that, I literally felt something go up to my throat and got stuck there. The third thing you said. So I think that's a completely familiar experience that I've gone through.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Because now I'm seriously listening to myself, which before I think I would have just been like, whatever. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a
Good
very
feedback.
beautiful development. You might attend.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and then in the 4th meeting is when I told our coach that I want to offer somatic experiencing, like solutions from that modality, to women, spiritual women specifically, who are here to do meaningful work. And you see, it became clear.
Yeah.
So
I literally saw myself. I'm like, oh yeah, that's where I fit. Love that.
And that's called resonance. So that's another element of somatic experiencing, the resonance part of it. Yeah, so when it comes to that now, it's ushered me to collective traumas. Collective traumas are such as the way, I don't know how you were raised, but where I was raised, I've seen women being very broke, being overworked, and raising very many children as their men are resting. I'm sorry for anyone who was triggered. But I've seen that. And witnessing it alone is part of, it's called secondary trauma. Witnessing it now moves me from the individual to the collective trauma that's there, because it was not 1 or 2 women, there were many of them. And then I went to boarding school at some point. We were terrorized by our teachers. We were terrorized on many levels, waking up very early in the morning, sleeping late, being overworked. That's also a kind of a trauma that was shared by groups of people. And then in the spiritual aspect, it's mostly being told that, those things that you're saying, they sound like they come from the devil. I have been prayed for.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have no words. I have nothing to say. I wouldn't say something kind.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Thank you. Thank you for honoring your truth. But really, it's those big things that keep us captive. So our bodies are surviving even way after the event is done. So I survived boarding school. I'm still here. I survived being in a society where the woman was powerful and powerless at the same time. I survived being in spaces where I was told that the only thing that is remaining for you is to do 1, 2, 3, a patriarchal way of seeing life. And I thought, yeah, I deserve more. But now that I know the various ways that trauma affects us, it's easier for me to create solutions for groups. So one of them, I've been offering a monthly healing space for women. It's called the Gentle Pause, where we essentially learn how to ground. And we learn through 3 evenings via Google Meet, where it's really about, I don't want to hear your narratives. The narratives are very easy to tell. But no, let's gather here as women so that we can awaken a healing energy together, so that we can all heal rapidly, so that we can all learn how to care for our nervous system and how to be with ourselves. Because collective trauma is usually with us when we are trying to be with ourselves. So I'm chasing it away by bringing education and practice together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? That's powerful. It's how you package it that makes it look like it's doable, but it's big.
It's very big. Yeah.
Could you, wait, one last question. Could you talk about resonance?
Yes. So resonance, in my mind came an image of the frequency of emotions that move. When we want to go to joy, love, peace, it's up here, and then sadness, depression, down here. So resonance is actually about meeting someone where they are. A client once came to my office when they were pissed off at the world, not at me. And they didn't even realize it because I told you it's easy for us to override our emotions and override the bodily wisdom.
Yes.
And as we grounded, they were trying to rush me. And I told them, okay, I hear you and I hear you in a hurry. Is it okay if we just slow down a little bit more and then we come back to this hurry? And when we did slow down together, they realized that they were angry. And it was not anger that was even 2 or 3 days old. It was months, years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So I brought attention to that and they were like, wow, I didn't even realize it. And then we resourced the body. And then that anger it kind of melted. And what was left was sadness. Because anger does not occur alone. It co-occurs with other emotions. And now I was able to meet that sadness in its truth. So it's about meeting someone where they are, but also as a healer, as a healing practitioner, I'm already grounded. So my frequencies are a bit high. Sometimes they come up, but if they're too down, I meet them where they are. And because of that, I see you, you see me. There's that safety, there's that resourcing of knowing that I'm not alone in this moment. The emotions they climb up. It's almost like a staircase they're climbing.
Yeah.
And then they come and meet where the healing frequency is. So resonance is about that frequency, not matching, holding it so that whoever is down can come and meet you where you are as the healing practitioner. And then through that, they heal. Their bodies know that, oh, I'm no longer in danger, so I can just be here, and my body will just do the internal healing work. So we can't go below that because I'll go scientific.
Clear. That's very clear, and it makes sense when that feeling I told you rose up. It felt like it was coming out for you to see it, like for it to be seen. It's like it was finally given permission, and it felt very ancient. So I guess that's something we'll work on, thankfully.
Yes,
cool.
yes.
So now we can do a demo.
Yes, a grounding demo. So I recognize we are short girls.
Yes, so short.
And these chairs might be a bit tricky. Yeah. So,
Ooh.
okay, I like that your feet are touching the ground.
My heels.
Your heels, it's okay. It's part of the aid that's
Okay.
supporting this grounding. So allow your feet to notice like what it would be like, because you have shoes on, what it would be like to have your foot touching the carpet that's just beneath us. You could imagine that.
Yeah.
And then tell me, how does it feel like on the sole of your feet?
Dry. Hard. Scratching.
Oh, yeah, because the carpet is scratching. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Which sensation would you like to track? Is it the dry or the scratchy?
Dry.
Dry.
Okay.
Okay. So allowing it to be what it is, that dryness, just allow your toes to kind of expand just a little bit. So that the contact is deepened a bit more.
I can reach with this leg. Which one funny too? Okay.
Okay. So just allow then the toes to be really in contact with the ground. And then tell me what you notice on your sole, not just the toes themselves, on your full sole.
Uniformity is the word that comes to mind.
Uniformity.
What's the word? English adjectives. Firmness, like standing on something that's holding me.
Standing on something that's holding me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So allow yourself to soak in that standing on something that's holding me. Maybe through breath to deepen it a bit more.
So it can't be a mind thing. It has to be a breath thing or a body thing.
Yes.
Okay.
We're also giving the mind a break.
A break. Yeah.
So what has come up for you?
What about images? Because I see or feel like I'm standing tall. That's interesting to than there before.
So imaging is also part of the somatic experiencing elements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I see standing tall, standing firm.
Standing tall, standing firm. And in this standing, where do you feel it in your body? Standing tall, standing
Can it
firm.
be anywhere?
It can be anywhere.
Okay, here.
Here, around the belly.
Yeah. And also, I think my legs, like,
Your thighs down towards your leg.
yes, but feeling, it's like here and here.
So here, between the knee and the hip, and then the belly. Okay. So now that's a decision point. Where would you like us to focus more on? Is it the thigh or the
Here,
the
for sure.
For sure. Okay. So is it okay with you to have your hand on your belly just to deepen the awareness? Yeah, your hand knows where to go.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's that small.
It's that small because you placed it here and then it
Damn.
moved itself. It moved somewhere else.
So interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then allow whatever this being standing tall, being grounded to just settle in a bit more in your belly area. And then let me know if anything shifts or changes.
How the hell am I feeling emotional? What the hell is that?
That's your body coming online.
I don't want it to be so
It's okay.
Oh my God.
okay.
How? I was feeling like a masculine man person. I was going to tell you, why do I feel like a masculine? Is that a thing?
It's a thing because you've mentioned the word structure.
Okay, cool. So masculine, and then 2 minutes I'm feeling like emotional. Ugh.
All emotions are welcome.
Okay, fine.
Well, if you're in my healing space, I'd also tell you that I am here and I will not look away.
No, look away. See, now I see why people
so
don't do
I see
this.
on this side.
Cool. Anyway, no, I'm joking.
You're joking.
Woo, but
Okay, allow that breath to exit. It wants to exit. Just allow it.
cool.
And maybe come back to this foot that's touching the ground. Yeah, where there was firmness.
I'm feeling like I'm carrying a burden on my shoulders.
On your shoulders. But what else is there?
On my shoulders?
No.
What else is there?
Yeah, because you've just mentioned I'm feeling with your hand on your belly, like you're carrying something on your shoulders. Is there something else?
I can't shake this image of a man wearing this color of suit, which is strange. I hadn't even noticed I was wearing this color. I don't know whether he's white and he's tall, but that's so strange. Jesus. Standing on a platform of sorts. I don't know why this side feels not burdened, but just in my jaw. Now, why is my back paining? My back is paining here.
Yeah, just like, is it along the spine or just?
This part, not the spine, the muscle that's usually next to the spine. Yeah, that collar.
Okay.
Seriously, this is how I see wax.
Yeah,
okay,
and that's
interesting.
good. And that's good because I didn't tell you to place your hand there, but your hand naturally went there.
Okay, cool. This is really interesting. Yeah, but yeah, it just started paining. So I was explaining pressure. It's gone now, but I was feeling pressurized, and then now I feel the pressure here at the back.
Yeah. So our bodies hold the things that our mind forgot, and so when we pause and slow down with it, we honor that truth. And you see, we don't have to go inside it and ask it what it is. We just honor it and allow it to know that I am already supported by the ground beneath.
True, yeah. Yeah, I do feel supported.
You feel supported.
Yeah. Okay.
So now what happens when you're already feeling supported? The ground is beneath you. We are together in this experience. And you're holding your back. Like, just notice that.
My mind, honestly, is is running and saying this can't be real. How is this possible? Like, because what I just thought before my mind said that was, I felt the burden lift and I felt okay. Like, oh, I'm actually supported, which is. I'm a coach.
Supported.
I'm a coach, but like this is mind blowing to me. Like I know these things happen, but this is like what? Yeah. So the pain is gone,
and your hand naturally left. Yeah, just bringing awareness to that.
Oh. Wow. Yes, I feel like release. Yeah.
Feel release, and you touched this part. Remember the thing that came up to here.
It's moving. So it was stuck now. It's moving, sort of emotional, but now it's like moving. Yeah, like moving.
Like moving.
This is not real. This is crazy.
This is the language of the body. That's why it feels unreal, because the body does not speak in words. It's speaking in real time through sensation.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear.
Okay. So let's come back to that point of I am supported. That's a beautiful moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's called reorganization. The body reorganizes itself.
Okay.
Yeah. And deepen it a bit more. I am supported. You could even say the words with me.
No, if I say that, I'm going to cry.
Okay, then. I'm here to support you by saying them.
Okay.
I am supported. That's a beautiful breath. And to me, it sounds like acceptance. I don't know. It just sounds like that.
In my heart inside where I won't cry, yes.
Wonderful. So we honor the tears, because in somatic we cry in many different ways. It's not just by the tear falling, even through movement. So we honor the pathways that have opened up in your body. And I also honor the pathways that have opened up in mine, because I'm also now teary somewhere inside my heart. You mentioned that part and I felt, that's why I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Interesting. Gosh.
Then when you're ready, you can let me know that we release this grounding, because it's here. It's not moving. It's here.
My man moved. He moved and in a good way. Like he just like moved. Like, oh, okay, I'm okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm feeling like placing my hand on my heart. I'm okay. And some words are coming up for me. They're saying, I am here. I'm okay. I am here.
But you know what I think also? I think I need more of this, because now that you say it, I'm feeling so much of my body wants to just talk. Yeah. Now that you've made me aware of what I'm listening for, I'm feeling so much on my back. That's now different. Inside Ikosawa, but now I'm feeling other places that I feel I would love to sit with and just do the same with. Yeah, that's so damn interesting.
It is. And you see, we didn't even go too far. We didn't go too far. We just grounded through the toes. Too far, you would have, we could have gone below the layers. And for the sake of this demo, I'll not allow that.
I see.
To ensure that I also, maintain your integrity on camera.
No, interesting.
Yeah. But it's okay to release, because all this support and all these resources are available to you. Your breath already tells me something.
This is so damn interesting. I can't. It's interesting. I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't even know this. Hey, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so we go deeper than that in my healing space. We go deeper to allow what is there, what wants to come out, so that we witness it, and then it goes on its way. Yeah. So,
like how the attention just left once it was seen.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
And again, as I share this, I'm just seeing this mother who is touching her little child. I know I'm a devotee of Ma Kali. So I'm seeing this mother who is, rocking her child, and then the child sleeps, and then the child wakes up, goes to play, and then the child comes back to her hands, because that's how connection works. I connect with myself early in the morning, so that my body knows and understands that we are safe, we are okay, we are resourced. And then I'll go meet other people, my clients, maybe the communities I serve, and then we'll do some healing work together. But, I'm still the healing practitioner. So obviously I'm carrying a bit more power. And then I come back in the evening, I hold myself again as a way of coming back to what is true to me, because this is where my truth lives. And then allowing it to heal me. You've experienced healing.
I have. I literally can even feel it. Thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to add before we call it an episode?
Yes, so somatic experiencing as a healing modality moves very slowly. In fact, if I was to use an animal to share the kind of speed that's there, do you know the story about the hare and the tortoise? The ones that were running, and then the hare thought, let me just sleep because the tortoise is moving too slowly. And then the tortoise actually won the race. So somatic experiencing moves at the speed of the tortoise. Because when we slow down just a little bit, our body tells us something, and then it processes and releases. And the more we do that, the more we're building capacity, such that as we bring our dreams into reality, we're already equipped for the journey itself. So we'll move slowly at the speed of the tortoise, and even slower sometimes than the tortoise. I know my teacher, Wajiko, the first thing she ever told us, like in a group setting, was, in SE we move slow and then slower and even slower. Because that is how we are able to achieve our goals. That's how we are able to heal and still keep living. And that's how we're able to restore what was once disrupted by things moving quickly.
That is so beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much. I must add, honestly, that the part I was feeling tension has literally loosened. Imeisha. It's like magic.
Yeah, we are awakening the ordinary miracle of the body.
The body healing itself. I'm sold. I think today is the day. It's amazing. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for coming. I still feel like we will have more sessions.
I feel like it too.
Because this is a lot. There's a lot more to share, but I hope this will answer some of the questions that people hadn't been answered in the previous episode. It has opened up a whole new world for me, and I know stuff, but this, yes. So, thank you, dear viewers and listeners, for watching, staying with us. I hope you watched until the end. Please don't forget to subscribe and share with someone you think would benefit from this. Reach out to her. Is there a way for them to reach out to you?
Yes, I am Wairimu Wraps. Wraps your head wraps.
That makes sense.
Right?
I wondered.
On TikTok and Instagram, so you'll find me there. My number is also pasted there. You can reach me directly so that we can heal together.
We can heal together. And of course, we'll put the links in the description below. But until next time, kwaherini.